everything's kind of just happening at Megacon, and I wish I was there. It's out in Florida, and I'm in California, so it's really on the opposite side of the country, but I'm jealous watching all of my friends get together. Maybe one of these years I'm going to have to figure out and fly out there and see everybody because it looks like just an amazing time. What's great about the convention is there's panels upon panels of just our people talking, and I love this. If you look at most pop culture conventions, it's always like, George R.R. Martin talking or Neil Gaiman or those type of people who are just like shilling for the corporate media, and it really doesn't like speak to these budding movements that are happening in culture. But this one has a full Geeks and Gamers panel. It's got writing panels and movie panels with Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker on all of them. It's got Gina Carano doing a panel. I mean, this is a pretty cool convention at the end of the day. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing here. But I think the most interesting thing that happened on the Geeks and Gamers panel yesterday. And we'll get into the news in just a moment. My name's John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, the editor-in-chief of FandomPulse.com. I am building a news website right now to compete with IGN, CBR, Kotaku, all of the shill corporate media. We're not going to bow to them whatsoever, and we're going to report the news that nobody else is going to. That's the cool part here. So make sure to bookmark FandomPulse.com. And guys, if you want to support independent projects, support my All Eyes on Ashley. I just finished editing the script to go to the letterer for this right now. It's completely done on the art. Absolutely beautiful story. It's going to resonate with everybody who buys it. I'm not doing this thing where it's like, it's not for you. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to promise you, this book's for everyone. Every demographic is going to enjoy this on some level or another. I really did a number on this, and I'm very proud of the script we created. And of course, I'm really proud of Mike S. Miller's art too. I mean, the guy's from DC's Injustice, and he's done a stellar job. Look at this cover. Absolutely beautiful stuff right here. Go grab this on Kickstarter today. I appreciate you guys being there and supporting independent projects. Now, Critical Drinker, of course, has been doing independent projects, and this is my article on the panel yesterday. There's some big announcements, and it received a lot of applause from the crowd. I really liked this. This is really encouraging to me to see our people out there getting applause from crowds, filling up rooms, doing awesome things in the cultural landscapes, and not just on the internet on our streams, but like doing things at these conventions in person. This has been a sea change. This kind of thing's never really happened before the last couple of years. Anime Matsuri really started getting that going a couple years ago, and I'm glad to see that Megacon's continuing this on. I hope that other conventions do also, because this is going to be something big in the future with these people on our side actually building a new network, a parallel economy to what's going on. And Critical Drinker is a part of that. Now, Critical Drinker came out with a very highly reviewed novel a couple years ago, and that was his first foray into writing. I think it's a good idea to get into novels or comics first, but he's now announcing that he's putting out 2 short films, and he's actually talking about making a feature-length film at the convention as well. So they had a panel, and he was on it, and Ryan Kinnell's on it, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers on it, Nerdrotic's on it, Eric July's on it. I put the panel in the article here so that people could watch the full panel here. You see a full packed room for these people. Amazing. When you look at these sci-fi writers and comic writers and all that, they can't fill rooms even like a third of this size. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how much of an impact our friends are having on culture now. Much bigger than anybody who's writing for Marvel and DC at this juncture. It's crazy, but it's a good thing. Critical Drinker, though, chimed in at one point. He says, I think as far as my channel goes, I thought I'd take a crack at making movies of my own. Why not? And of course, the crowd cheered to this. What a great idea. He continued, we've got our first short film coming out in a month or two. We're going to see where we go after that, but I've got lots of plans. So that alludes to him doing a feature-length film, which is great because, everything's been good with comics like picking up big time, books picking up big time in our side, but like film and video games, we need to be making those on our cultural level too, but they require a lot of capital and a huge following to get something like that crowdfunded, which is great. Critical Drinker actually has that following. He's got almost 2 million subscribers at this point, which means he's got a real shot at actually being able to make this kind of thing happen. You do an action film that's kind of set in like a modern era, I think it's doable. I think you can make a really good film for a couple $1 million here. And he, of course, is in a prime position to do so. He continued on this and he said, if Hollywood won't make good stuff by themselves, fine, I'll do it myself. And that's kind of the attitude we've all had here. We've all gotten so sick of Disney, so sick of Star Wars, so sick of DC Comics, all this stuff. And at the end of the day, all of us, like, at some point had this thought, you know what? If they're not going to do Batman and whatnot the way that I like it, this was kind of my thought back in 2011, I'm going to do it myself. And of course, as we've done more and more of this ourselves, we've been coming out with quality books and quality fun that these navel gazers in Hollywood won't, because they're too busy talking about identity politics and figuring out what gender they are that day to actually work on a decent script. So I wish Critical Drinker the best. I'm very excited for this news. Of course, I'll be supporting any film project he comes out with. It's great stuff, and we love this parallel economy developing. Make sure to back All Eyes on Ashley and support us over here, guys. I promise you an awesome book, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's coming very, very soon. Like I said, the art's already done, so you know when this Kickstarter's done, it'll start fulfilling just like all of my books have done in the past. We deliver. Thanks so much. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.